Hi, I'm Malcolm Burrows, Principal of Dundas Lawyers. What I want to talk to you today about is some of the issues you could consider when negotiating and implementing a joint venture. Joint ventures make sense if each participant has something that the other values. Generally, the synergy between the participants is obvious. So who does what? The first thing to consider is each participant's contribution to the joint venture. The days of the handshake are gone, so it's important that the exact nature and scope of each participant's role and contribution are accurately detailed. Difficulties arise unless the participants' roles and responsibilities are clearly documented and understood. In the excitement of forming a joint venture, it's easy to avoid the detail. So what's the legal structure? Having defined who does what, the next consideration of the structure is what should the structure be? A joint venture can take various forms ranging from a contractual joint venture to a partnership of trusts. The best structure will depend on individual circumstances and also on the goals of the participants. It's also important to consider the implications of the proposed structure in the context of the law. Documenting the deal. It's usual for lawyers to get involved in documenting the terms of joint venture agreements, but it's important that you protect the equity that you plan to create in the joint venture. So in order to minimise legal fees, you should ensure that you've defined the commercial terms in sufficient detail to leave as little as possible for the lawyers to do. You need to ask all of the what-if questions to ensure that you understand what can go wrong. That said, the involvement of a lawyer at the outset can assist to avoid changes in direction, which can be very costly. So what if? Make no mistake, when the joint venture is either performing really well or poorly, issues will arise. It's human nature to want more of a good thing and less of a bad thing. So before signing any joint venture documentation, you need to ensure that you've considered and feel comfortable with all of the what-if scenarios. And then what? So once the structure is put in place and the rights and obligations of the parties are clearly documented, you can move the enterprise forward on a solid foundation. If any issues arise, it's a matter of dusting off the agreement and referring to what was agreed. So do you need assistance? If you need assistance structuring and documenting a joint venture, call us today for an obligation confidential discussion. You'll find us to be very approachable.